Well, you need a really good doctor who knows you. And he walked in and looked at me and said, you're having problems. I said, I know, that's why I'm here. He said, but you ain't here to see me about the problems you're having. And he could read it in my blood pressure, my cholesterol, my weight.
Oh, yeah.
Everything about me was gone haywire. He said, there's something causing this.
That's right. Do you know if people can learn to avoid, get beyond this, bust through this right here, that Pitt County Hospital would not be building a new wing for heart patients. Okay? Now, not saying some people's heart problems because of what they eat. Some people's heart problems because they're predisposed to have them, because it's genetics. But some folks just have them because of stress. Just because of stress. Alright? Now, so internalizing stress. And here it comes again. We talked about it last week. Strict or perfectionist authority figures. I've never pleased my parents. It seems I was always receiving harsh punishments. Now, I remember coming up, in Pampa County we had something called the AB honor roll. And then we had the principals list. The AB honor roll was for A and B students. The principals list was for straight A's. And I made the principals list every time. And my brothers were making C's and D's. Like you said, when it's in D.C., it was your report card. Yeah.
That's what my report
Yeah,
was.
so C's and D's, and they would bring up a C to a B or a D to a C, and they would get praise, and it was like, wow, the whole house was going to fall down. I bring in with the principals list, and they go, okay. Okay. You know, and you know how mine showed? I got straight A's in everything but one subject.
Citizenship or
Conduct.
conduct.
I got C's and D's in conduct. And that didn't count for the principal's list thing. But why was I getting C's and D's in conduct? Part of the reason was because I felt like I couldn't please or was not being recognized by my parents. Because I had straight A's. And my brothers would bring a B or a D to a C, and the whole world had to come to a stop. Okay, so now, here we go. Strict or perfectionist authority figures. It could be your parents, it could be a boss man, it could be your spouse. It could be a close friend. But you say, I never please my parents. Have you ever said, I just can't please her? I just can't please them. You know, the Lord helped me go back and look, and the reason now when I have a problem pleasing people, if there's somebody I'm trying to please, somebody I love and I'm trying to please and I can't, and it drives me crazy, I can go all the way back to when I was in school, and I was making A's and no recognition, and I was just expecting, if it did drop, wow, you know, then the world would come to an end, and other things too. But again, I was the oldest child, and it just stuff was expected of me. But again, this stuff right here can cause emotional overload. And emotional overload drives fear, and fear drives phobias. And phobias are an irrational fear that are out of proportion to the actual degree of the threat. Again, that's just like PTSD. Although it may not be the same, it can be. So here it is again. I said, analyze the reason for your fear. Then tell yourself the truth about the past and the present, or about the setup and the trigger. And then analyze the reason for your fear. Let the Lord help you heal from your hurts. There's some hurts that only God can heal. Again, there's people that hurt you that are dead. You can't do a thing about them. I'm going to give you a little exercise. I'm going to show you an exercise. How many's got somebody that hurt you and they're dead? Or they moved away, or you can't find them. Or it would hurt to bring it up now to them. This is what I do in my car, but don't just do it in your car. Watch this. Get you a chair. And this is legit. This is not some witch doctor stuff. Put your chair in front of you, and I just want you to because that person's already gone, they're dead, they moved away, you can't find them, you have no way to get up with you with them, or you might know them, but to talk to them about now would probably bring up more stink than it would anything else. Sit them in that chair because you internalized it. And what this does is it helps you get it out. That's all. It just helps you get it out. And it gives you a target. And so I'll say, let's just say, let's think of a name that nobody's named in here, so I won't, by mistake, call somebody else's name. Like Rudell.
Sally.
Rudell.
Sally.
Huh?
Sally.
Yeah, Rudell or Sally, yeah. Well, Rudell's fine, Sally. Right. Rudell, Sally. Rudell, Sally, there you go. Rudell, I wanted to have this talk with you for a long time. I have carried the shame, and I've carried the hurt for what you've done for so many years. I don't know if you realize you did it. Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. But I've got to drop the load because I can't keep taking it. And don't lie to yourself because you're still carrying it. Because if you weren't carrying it, then you wouldn't be triggered. Okay? I've got to put a stop to this, and I've asked God to help me. But the way God's going to help me is I'm going to have to get it out of me. And so, Sally, Rudell, Sally, I want you to know that you hurt me. But with God's help, I've forgiven you. And I'm not going to live in the past. I'm going to live in the present. And I'm trusting God to heal me. Because God can. But I just want you to know that I forgive you too. Now, again, you say that witch doctor stuff? No. It's just, you're internalizing it. It's just helping you get it out. It's like when I was in Emmaus, and I know this is too much information. When I was in Emmaus, did you notice there was a couple times I had to leave the table? I just left for a couple hours. When I was feeling sick. When I got to Emmaus, something about Camp Carolina. I love Camp Carolina, but there's something there I'm allergic to. And I lose my voice every time I go. And I got there within 2 hours. My head was killing me, and I was feeling sick. I was just feeling sick. And so Friday morning, I was really feeling bad because the weather was bad. And so I finally said, guys, I just got to go lay down. And so I went back to my cabin, lay down. I put the mask on, my mask that I wear, and air mask, CPAP. And when I lay down, all of a sudden, burning started coming up into my mouth. I said, oh no, we're not messing this mask up. So I took the mask off, and I went, whoa, and I went to the bathroom. And there she went. You know, and I don't know why, because I wasn't feeling sick at my stomach at the time. But after I got that out of me, the burning went away. The burning went away. I felt better. I got up and back into this talk room. So again, maybe it's because of tonight, so I can tell you, some of y'all got something inside of you making you sick, and you need to go ahead and do some heavenly regurgitation. Have a brain vomit. Remember talking about that not long ago, brain vomit? Y'all turn around. If you don't think that's awesome. She waited a long time for that. Have at it, sister, and enjoy it.
I've been broken in. You spit up on me.
Good. That's awesome.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. Now DC got me good that time. No, DC was one of my grandbabies. I think it was DC's daughter. Sierra. I know Sierra, but I'm trying to think of who. Was it DC's daughter or Daniel's daughter? But I held him up like I said, there. You can Paul. That's Sierra? Yeah. So look, again, you need to have and we talked about this a few weeks ago, you need a brain vomit. You need to just get it out of your system. I forgive you. With God's help, I forgive you. And then just pray and ask God to help you to not go back there. Leave it and don't go back there. There's some people in my life right now that are still living that really affected me in my childhood. But I look back and it's not worth going to them now and telling them that. So I've set them down in the chair and talked to them.
That's what you call putting the ball back in their court. And if it affects them as bad as it has you, they will eventually come to you and sit down
Right, but they don't know that, because they're not there.
Well, I mean, the ones that are.
Yeah, but I mean, they're not there.
I mean, you literally talk to somebody.
Yeah, but I'm not literally talking to them, I'm just putting it out there to get it out of my system. You know, 'cause once I get it out of my system, I'll feel better.
Or you
And so-
put 5 and 10 on it.
Sir?
Or you put 5 and 10 on
So that's the guy I heard somebody talking about, said he was sitting in Starbucks in Greenville one day, talking to nobody. I'm just joking. You know what?
Okay, so now look, humble yourselves therefore under God's mighty hand, that he may lift you up in due time. In other words, there's a day that God's going to say enough's enough. Cast all your anxiety, again, fear, and anxiety can also be called irrational fear, on him because he cares for you. Now again, is there any questions or comments? Because I really think that if you listen good tonight, you may have, just like you're talking about, you may have actually gone back and seen yourself. You may have gone back and seen some things, and you may even, before this is over with, find healing. And I hope that's what you find is healing for your phobias. Because when you find that healing, you know, then you'll know that it's like, you know, there are certain things that used to scare me to death, and then the Lord just started dealing with me about it and told me to face it. So I started going toward it instead of running from it, and eventually I didn't just run toward it, I run over it. And some of y'all right now, you've been running from things, you need to run to it. And if you keep running to it, eventually you'll run over it. And wow, the freedom's awesome. So just remember, and I'm going to write that down while I'm saying it again, stop running from it, but to it. But to it. And eventually run over it. But again, there's things, as I go back and I ask the Holy Spirit, because some of y'all might need to say this, Holy Spirit, help me to understand when this fear started. And go back and say, Lord, help me understand when I first felt this fear. And that's when you might find out when Uncle Tom, you know, he threw that snake on you. Or Aunt Sally, she told you how sorry you were, and you can never do this or that. And when you hear that, then you go back and say, okay, put them in that chair and say, I forgive you, Uncle Tom. I forgive you, Aunt Sally. Now, Holy Spirit, help me move on. Okay? The Holy Spirit's got to help me move on. Not Uncle Tom and Aunt Sally, they're not going to have to move on. They're just holding you. They let go. And then the Holy Spirit can move you forward.
Pastor, you just mentioned a real strong portion of the overcoming of the healing process. When you said, to tell them, I forgive you.
Oh, yeah.
That's
A
part of the
strong part of the healing process. I mean, you can't get much stronger than that. Yeah. So has this been, and again, I had no idea I was going to do phobias, but for some reason I felt that strong urge to do phobias for a few weeks, and so I'm hoping that you're getting something out of it. But you getting something out of it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And you think you're going to find? You think you're going to be able to quit running from it, running to it, and run over it?
Right.
Okay. All right. So is there any more questions or comments about this? If there's not, then we're going to go ahead and close down for the night. And please be praying for Stephen. No, just Stephen.
Just Stephen.
Yeah, because I'm afraid he's going to over-celebrate. He's going to go somewhere and play a little fight song and get shot.
Well, if I'd have still been living in Rocky Mountain, I'd have probably been on Franklin Street.
Look, it's like, y'all remember The Patriot, the movie The Patriot? And Mel Gibson was going in trying to recruit some guys to help fight the British. And he goes into the bar and says, I'll watch this. And he went, long live the king! And they had to run out and catch him from being thrown out. He said, well, that ought to do it. And he said, no. I said, watch. And he went back in and said, I was just trying to find out if I had it, if I was in the right place. And then he got a whole bunch of people signed up. Yeah, I've seen Daniel Boone do the same thing. All right, all hearts and minds clear? Come back next week because we're going to finish up fear. We got F and E. Next week we're going to do A and R. And I'm not sure how long we're going to go on phobias, but we're at least going to go a couple more weeks. But I'm hoping that it's going to help you. And remember, it's the size of an ant, but you see a grizzly. And when you get around it, and this is what it does, this is what phobias do. All of a sudden, your blood pressure rises, your adrenaline, it's like this, and you're either going to fight or flight. Okay? And most people with phobias flight. The people with PTSD fight. Okay? That's one good way to look at the difference. PTSD, they usually fight. Phobias, they flight. Okay? But still, again, you got to watch it because I believe with this instruction, not only can you help yourself and you find healing, but you may have somebody in your family that needs this. And if you can think about it, if you can get them here, this would be awesome. Amen? Amen. All hearts and minds clear? All right, that's what Brother Steve.